knows me knows that I'm super mean usually. And she was kind back and said it was her biggest inspiration. I dealt with mean girls all my high school, man. I've had many bullies and fake friends. To me, this greatly resembled the fake friend trope. So I don't like this defamation of Elfin is so toxic. I only copied her because I'm autistic. I just want to make content. I'm sorry to go through stuff. But you're an adult actively making choices every day. She'll then congratulate me on being less than constipated with alcohol and end this by saying, but please, if you truly were someone who understood what it's like to be someone who had a problem with those things, stop shitting on me for being a girl failure alcoholic now that you're better. Trust me, I don't choose to feel depressed all the time. So again, I'm the victim, guys. I'm a girl failure. I'm a real girl failure, okay? Stop pretending that you are real. Trust me, I don't choose to feel depressed all the time, okay? I'm authentic. But my favorite part is when she says, I'm sorry if you go through stuff, but you're an adult actively making choices every day. Because that's literally what people were telling me. Having been going to 6 guys at the same time. Overall, this was nothing more than two very disliked society. When she sat back and looked at the culture, this situation would go from a clown show to something very violent. As you saw, Elton was developing things inside. Music took her inspiration from the scene ever since she was finding speed.
Yes, I'm back. I'm back. Ano? Kumusta po kami dito? Namiss ka namin dito. Na? Namiss ka namin?
Nag-live stream ka.
Namiss ko na agad.
Elfin sided with the person who had pretty much nurtured 100,000 castrated men who identified as white supremacists.
There, I table.
As I had already mentioned, politics would start to take a turn during the summer of 2025. Her edginess wouldn't just be for the sake of being edgy anymore. She would take on a sort of political rhetoric that you would maybe find during an Nick Fuentes stream. Look at this.
Never stuck on the presented.
In this modern world and see all the magic happening and not immediately connect the dots and see that it's Jewish influence. So now the Jews were responsible for everything. How about this tweet made a little while later saying, I love astronomy so much.
24 hours extend agad ah.
There's too many immigrants in the
Extend to ah.
As far as anyone was concerned, she listened to
12 left na lang.
There she was taking a political stance for a country that she doesn't
Ay, 3 po ba
This tweet in particular will become way funnier later, and you'll get why. But it wasn't just political rhetoric that was taking her edginess. It was her edginess For example, with her posting this image of her model saying, R word my model, then replying, sorry guys, I meant R word with an asterisk. The joke here is that she wasn't correcting herself, she actually meant it. She'd also make a conscious effort to play into the jokes and controversies that were made about her. Look at this tweet.
And right there, right now.
Rumor that
I came away for this from reaching out to 1,000. 1,000 subscribers. I give away Nightmare Ranger. This is not own for me. Okay. Not own ah.
This was her playing to the joke.
I give away for reach for 1,000 subscribers. Yeah.
She was being heavily criticized when it came to her actions by the wider user community.
Oh, ano yan? Ano yung event yan?
Criticisms relating to the fact
Update!
This was her attempting to play to the joke.
Aray ko, wala. Hindi ko alam. Ano to? May event kasi to. Hindi pa sa Dragon Ball.
By saying, not a big fan of Indians. It's probably someone who found her character like the designer, just like the belly pit. This is what she completely and totally crashed out. Grift question mark? Someone would say, you're so brave and definitely not a pick-me who tries too hard to look based. To which she would say, uh-oh, the big pick-me word, I'm so scared, please don't use it. Funny when I voice my unfiltered opinions, I'll get random retards saying, oh my god, pick me, oh my god.
No one does you.
Expecting a wholesome person. Funny enough, my opinions have remained the same since I was 14.
Poor Machin.
Social issues. I think I'm pretty consistent with my mentality of it.
Nah.
It's so funny to me.
What?
She couldn't handle it. She crashed out.
Let's go!
To just also happened in the Discord. Things that were
No one's seeing fireworks.
right for someone who was speaking saying things like Northern Pakistan is entirely Aryan. No one seems to understand that. Pretty suspicious thing to say.
It's stuck from us.
Some girl on the internet is posting stuff like that.
10, 41, 22, 1, 1, 1, 1. At 3 minutes, Raj. Ay, monster ko.
The nutritional value and so much fat relative to beef and chicken, not even enough protein. Pork sucks in general. Bacon is good sometimes, but bacon in the UK is terrible. There are threads dating back to as far as
15. Flies around and ranch fireworks everywhere to celebrate the new year. What? Kala ko mga ito, New Year's Eve kita. Which for 1,000? No, to ah. Oh, wait, no, jump up. AKA Octopusini.
Started sharing the same opinions, and now you're being backstabbed, betrayed.
Octopo.
How dare you be exactly what you've been hating on for so long? Some people start saying, hey, maybe you're not Pakistani, maybe you're just Indian. To which you say, I'm too cute to be Indian, please guys. Like, how dare you call a Pakistani?
What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
On mom's side and Ukrainian, dad's side.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
This normally should have never been a problem. If anything, this So if I can do a bit more real life, I can indicate a slightly foundation of 16 to 17. Really go early, especially because I'm 19 right now. The premise of this is that I never told my age to anyone because I didn't want people to think it's weird saying my age is 12 and the lie had gone for so long, I had to and I saw it
Oh, sounds good. Let's go.
At this point, she was fair game, okay? And this is when John Zilla would make this Twitter thread saying, most people think Elfin South private because she crashed out over her white supremacist friends finding out that she isn't white. But in actuality, it was because it was found that she groomed and sent weird and inappropriate things to minors on her districts. The first thing I thought she had to because right? But reply to John's thread saying, what next? Me next? In all caps. So yeah, I don't care. She could murder someone. She could, I don't know, carpet out the please, just keep it please, saying slurs you have said because it's AI. It would perform abysmally, and he would reply to her saying, why did you group minors in distributed CP, linking John Zilla's thread, not ratioing her by 5 times. Yeah, at this point it was obvious. Elfin was becoming a lolcow. In fact, she had already become one by the time she deactivated the first time in December. Seeing how much the pressure was mounting and how many of her close friends or community members were telling her, you're a dumbass for admitting this, you have to do something to contain this disaster, she would make this tweet in a desperate attempt to calm people down, saying, I lied. I lied about my age and being younger at the time because there's images of me on the internet that I sent to people I trusted, never full nudity, and used AI to make revenge forth of it. They actively posted on all spaces I'm in, trying to get back at me for rejecting them. How do you counter that? How do you even stop it? So yeah, I lied to scare them. Yeah, right. And I'm French. What are we doing? Lying now? No one believed that, especially with the proof that she's so readily invited 16-year-old into the prison of it was over. And even after I was this is why shortly afterwards, a day later, on January 7th, 2026, she was yet again deactivated her Twitter. But this time, she
Ay, totoo na rin siya.
Hey, I was myself. When I first started streaming, it was crazy to have so me so much and want to talk to me. It felt exhilarating to have friends in the community. All the art I got, all the friendships I made, the 10-hour Among Us sessions, it was incredible. Probably the best time I've ever had in my life.
A new teka lang. Announcement. A new friend, a new chapter namin. Grabe na. Grabe na, tigo na tayo. Now, okay na.
Statistics, okay? Don't make them think that it's just some guy who's sadly single. Show them these people warning as if they're in fact, it was just some grifter who was a Pakistani woman that pretended she was white. It was so pathetic. But it was making me First off, the fact that I missed. Second off, is there a single one of you motherfuckers that's actually white? And just like that, the legendary meteoric rise of elephants would end as quickly as it had started. Not with a bang, not with a whisper, but with a power of Habang ko tayo ulit. what it says.
Kaya ka? Okay. Good night.
usually